All lizards that can regrow limbs.
Not going into a death match every 30 seconds.
That would also be fitting.
It's every week at this rate.
So, the evening is your guys'. Evening is your guys'. You guys want to go talk to the prisoner? Be my guest. Want to hang out among yourselves? Interrogate each other for any nasty secrets.
This could be the last boss black.
I will say information is disseminated about there was a traitor amongst the Stemken. Foray, as it were.
Do we know Koray's relationship to Arn?
I think you guys will have been able to reverse logic it. Where it's like, he's the newest one. Wait, Arn said someone he left someone behind. That was like literally like 2-3 days ago. I don't think they got a new person in that time.
Yeah, if anything, we could ask Maxine and be like, hey, were they in the same group? And it's like, yes.
Yeah, so you would know.
Oh, that's not good.
Even if, like, I couldn't do anything, like, mechanically for Fang, I would just, like, sort of wrap some of her wounds, get her something to eat, and make her comfortable.
She licks your face.
Dog.
You can tell that she's got plenty of fight in her, just maybe some degrees of exhaustion that are curbing that. It's been a long set of days, but the solace in that is, you know, you guys now have 2 layers of protection as courtesy of the Myovine canopies. So, a moment of respite is very welcome. And you are going along that avenue, right? So, time and rest.
Downside, we don't have either of those available.
You guys have a night. And even a night is enough to give some form of recovery. As you guys are walking by what was the apothecary room, now the war camp room, you guys can hear discussions being had inside by some people. The horses are happy to have a moment of respite as well. None of them got hurt, tremendously so at least. Actually, no, none of them failed any saves. So yeah, they're absolutely fine. They outran any and all problems, true to their origin.
Yeah. But they're probably tired because they were running at full speed and everything.
Yes.
And also food.
So, what would you guys like to do? Oh, I almost forgot. To the 2 of you that have warden characters, Aktrak and Thalen, feel free to put them on the map wherever you so see fit. Malcolm and Rodra are over here, conversing.
How close to Rodra could I get? He's not going to get that close. He doesn't feel like being kicked in the face.
You're not going to get within kicking distance, or else you're going to be ejected out of that kicking distance via boot very soon.
Very quickly boot.
The aura of protection is the aura you want to stay out of.
Yeah, that's actually a good point, yeah.
And then Thalen's being creepy.
Oh, yeah.
I know what Thalen's doing, but Thalen's being creepy.
Okay, so you got hostile, you got friendly, and you have uncertain.
Like, you have within range, but maybe top down.
It's the Venn diagram of death.
You're right.
Little man's just
Is this the door?
Yeah, that's the door. Yeah, I can't move it. You guys can just walk through it. There's no obstacles there. So, what would you all like to do? Is either that or I start busting out the initiative order or something to like give like a real mechanical way of going through anyone, but I don't want to do that if I can help.
All right. So Thalen's over here just swinging her legs off this box, listening to like what's going on over here.
We're just talking about the. Is this all worth the effort of staying here? Like, what's about to come is dangerous, to put it as an understatement. Is it really worth staying here? And you can probably figure Malcolm's stance on it. Just because something's dangerous and maybe not worth doing is no excuse to not do it. especially in the protection of others.
So the answer is yes,
Chuckle.
Dingus.
She got really close to death, Malcolm. You'll have to forgive her.
It turns in a glacial gaze. She doesn't say anything. I imagine that is the situation for many of us. But Theoden is right, Roger. I don't fault you for wanting to leave, but I will not be leaving. Hearing the words Thalen is right sends a spike of spite through Rodra. Hearing your social mortal nemesis is right is not something she's fond of. So Jar, you enter the war room, along for Den, from the looks of it. Inside, you see Chaplain Dufair, Alas Maxine, of course Lambert, Luxury, and then the 703rd Captain. As you guys enter the room, I don't imagine you guys do it particularly quietly, and just simply opening the door to, well, exterior audio is enough of an indicator. They all stop and turn to look at you guys, and Lambert just waves you guys over. Welcome. We are discussing what's about to come.
Just look down. What do they have like on the table as far as notes and stuff?
Predominantly, it's the map of the nearby region. It is focused and centralized on the, well, basically the direct path from the Stemken village to the Enlighteners quote-unquote village, although it's more in ruin now, but Tengwa village that they had from earlier scouting reports. There are a series of, I don't know what they're called, like the little things you put on maps, like strategic markers, I guess, just markers, on potential rally points for them and the enemy, where the pyres are likely to be. Sort of like D-Day now I think about it. It's like, where are the guns likely to, artillery guns likely to be? Well, stuff like that. And there are other smaller ones that are dotted in a lot more spots, which, given the symbol of them, which is like this little bear trap with an arrow in it, you assume trapped areas, courtesy of the Black Force. In terms of the notes, just different scout reports, but they haven't, as far as you scan the, because you probably saw all the previous scout reports, like, you know, before Scenario 2. There are not many new ones. Scouting hasn't happened, more so just, how to say, resecuring the perimeter underneath the Myovine canopy.
You just look at everything. Our strategy was pretty effective for last time. We suffered minimal losses. Though our mission was far different this time, we're pushing into their territory. I'll come up with some ideas through the night.
If it is of any concern, I assume Amber found you already and told you about our new guest.
She did.
You can try asking him, although I don't imagine getting much information out of him. But even what he does or doesn't say might be of value.
No, but we might be able to use some enchantment spells to pry the information out of it.
Be my guest. I don't have access to such magics myself. Although Legatus Gabriel has imparted his own interrogation tactic to me, in that we just force-feed him the fruits of Grandfather Redwood until he caves. I don't think that's a good idea, though. Something tells me he will probably just try to choke on it or something and kill himself.
Perhaps not, but the threat of it alone might be enough to lose something.
Let fly whatever threats you want. I'm waiting to cool my head first.
Just like look
We
over.
lost
and
someone
look.
to get him. And I don't think it's worth the trade, considering how they come back, and ours don't.
See. My condolences for your loss. We'll find a way
She
to make it worth it then.
holds up a hand. I know. I knew. Casualties are gonna happen. If anything, I'm happy they're so minimal so far. And for that, you have my thanks. But I suppose there's just some part of me hoping that everyone was gonna make it. But hope is the first step to disappointment, is it not? If you want to give condolences, go give it to the children. I know Dewey and Myrtle were very, very fond of old Glork.
The white dragonborn individual outside, who is that?
Sosh. My apologies. Soskadoks. What of him?
Just curious. The way he was lingering gave me pause after yesterday's events.
She shakes her head. Kodai aside, I have the utmost confidence in the tribe. And their loyalty. Don't mind Soskadoks. He's just fond of nature. He's a rage in battle, but he finds tranquility amongst the trees and animals.
Just like a slight nod. And I'll take your expertise in this matter. And he just goes to looking over the notes and starts formulating ideas.
He is one of the people that have gone scouting ever since the Mayavine canopy has been deployed. So perhaps you can talk to him, see if he has any other insights that didn't make it into the reports. She scratches her nose. He's not the best when it comes to the common tongue, if it catches my drift.
Just
Prefers
without
the
even-
language of his ancestors more so. And you could see the scout report of him, like right there, and it's written in basically broken English.
Gotcha.
It's like, hill, this many degrees, around this far, saw this. Not a full sentence, very minimal. But it's a scout report. And it seems like she's used to interpreting things from it anyways.
He just like keeps looking over without even giving much like attention to anyone else in the room. Says, Shah, maybe you could understand him best.
Maybe. Is there anything you want me to ask?
Whatever you think's pertinent. I trust your insight.
So Jar nods. Where was the dragonborn in question?
He's down here.
Down there.
Before you get going, the 703's captain, arms crossed, just undoes it and holds up a hand. Before you go interrogating the boy dragonborn, do know that I have two of the 703rd out doing our own scouts right now. They should be back soon.
Stood.
Understood. You seem well, chaplain.
This is the captain, not the chaplain.
I, I look over.
now.
I look over the chaplain. Same
You
face.
you look at the captain acknowledging his comments, and you turn your attention to the chaplain, who, yeah, as you say, he's in good spirits, in good health. He just nods, sort of shifts some gear for some better weight distribution around, but other than that, he looks fine. You can thank the whale bell for that. The Stemken are good people. On that I had faith, and my faith found proved. And I see you are doing well as well, leading the roving cavalry team. Hopefully it wasn't too much. I know some outriders get saddle sore after these sorts of engagements.
Perhaps so, but Jaunter's as smooth a ride as I've ever seen.
Nods. You won't believe the amount of comments I heard in the barracks when people heard about that. You getting steeds. But I am happy to see that they are kept well alive and well and being put to proper use. The gods favor you this day. The twins in specific. Let us hope they favor us ongoing.
I might be asking too much, but you might want to relax tonight at least a little bit.
This is my form of relaxation. He gestures at the war table.
He just nods. Is he standing while he's doing this?
Yeah, there's no chairs here for this war table. You gotta stand.
And perhaps at least we can get you a chair.
Do as you will. I don't promise I'll be using it. For the time being, this is enough. But do not let my old adult body be of concern to you. You are young, spry. Make good use of the energy, huh?
He just looks down at everything. I'll make sure of it.
So, meanwhile, what are the rest of y'all doing? Silence rings across the camp.
I was waiting for someone else to go.
I talked all like 20 minutes. You do stuff.
Dude, he's like, God
Water
damn,
bottle.
holding the torch for that long. It's your turn now.
The problem is Oriana's just laying and just sitting here watching these nerds. If anything,
I mean, I think
there's
there's
minutes.
yeah. I mean, there seems to be a couple that seem to be doing a little jazz session down the bottom there. So
Yeah, I don't keep up with this shit.
Oriana can watch Felix just play with a giant gun that's twice the size of him.
That seems immensely dangerous.
As Felix does that, the gnome, dressed and decked out in magnificent armor, begins shouting at every single student of the Scholastic Bellatoria. What do you think you are doing? Stop wasting time playing with your toys. If you're going to shoot, shoot already.
I was just making sure it was calibrated, sir. I don't want this thing going off and exploding in my face. We've already had one giant explosion.
You've tinkered with it enough.
Aye, fine.
You will never know its capabilities until it's fired. So get firing.
He'll lay down on the ground. It's a very short trip to get to the ground. Assume that, like, general sniping position, legs spread out at 180 degrees on one shoulder, and fire it off and go flying back nearly 5 feet.
One
No,
of these days, he will actually dig his feet into the soil like I tell him to.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah, you better listen and dig your feet in.
I forgot this was the point.
Everyone bust out your shit voices. Everyone bust them out. We're going there. Night Astrid just chuckles. I remember the difficulties of training now. They never get any better.
I will say, him flying backwards is actually mechanical, because it's a heavy weapon, he has disadvantage to shoot it. It's a sniper rifle. It's disadvantaged. He is small. However, he has an advantage attacking anything that's bigger than him. So it just cancels out.
It all works.
It just works. It's like Skyrim.
It just works. Alright, get rid of these hearts. They're actually get rid of these hearts.
Keeping them a lizard.
Oriana takes a little scoot away just because of the noise.
All
Yeah.
I can
Click in
do
their
is
ears.
shouting instruction at every student, remarking on failures in form. So every now and again, some compliments on a proper follow through, and so on.
But mostly
And it
just
doesn't-
sucking.
It doesn't stop just because battle's tomorrow.
I imagine just like when the gun goes off, you could just see like a fluffy bass in the corner pretending to be all cool and then just jumping out of his skin like a startled cat, and then like quickly trying to regain his composure, making sure nobody's looking.
You had better get used to it. You'll be hearing it plenty tomorrow.
Emo Catboy in the corner.
And what are you doing over there? Get back.
He just sort of looks down his nose and is like, I'm going.
Sans.
I'll burn the brightest on the day.
Sure, should go to work.
Take us all. Nightess Astrid just left. She set Tala senses Viego. And what is it, Viego? Is there
Just
something
like
you would like to add?
the most grandiose bow, pulling his hat off and coming back up with a flower to hand it to Astrid.
Thank you. It's very lovely. She takes it very gently.
And as he does, he like
Pulls a dodge.
casually grabs her hand and plants the smallest little kiss on her gauntlet.
Tala just rolls her eyes. Oh no.
She's regretting
And-
bringing this guy.
She regrets bringing a lot of you, but unfortunately, some of you are the best. And your name would be?
Diego Masale de Randami. And when this is all over, I challenge you to a duel.
Even Tala gets a smirk at that. That would not be a duel, Viego. That would be an execution.
Then, as it will be, a flower must lose its petals before it can bloom again, yes?
Just stop at that. He is rather blunt, isn't he? Tala didn't actually say anything back. Viego, get back to training.
He just like fake swoons. Yes, you are right. I have not earned such an honor yet. But I will. I promise to you this. Night Astrid, I will.
If you make it through the oncoming battles, yes, I do believe you will have earned it. But only then. Until then, keep practicing. Your blade, not your wit.
As a former master once said, they are both one and the same.
Paula just stares at him as he goes.
Woof.
Again, Tala, I am reminded why I don't teach. There are times where I wonder that. But then I think back to my own training. Fair enough. Speaking of training, would you care to have a sparring session? It has been a while. And I trust you have gotten better since then.
She's just somehow gotten worse.
I don't plan on losing Night Astrid. And I've had much time to learn. We shall see. We shall see. Takes a step back and draws a blade, flourishes her cloak. Let us see.
You may want to take some cover.
Get out of the blast radius.
Everyone is like, no, man, let me get the
Wait, I need to see
fucking
this. Hold on.
backup at this point. So, what you two thinking? I got 5 on the shorty.
First off, you probably should have called Tala short.
Is that her name?
Yeah. Oh my.
Yeah, call it short.
Oh, I have no clue, but they look pretty cool.
Well, you're not wrong, but
I got 5 on Night Astrid. Oh, okay. We got 1-1 here. All right, where are you sitting, Oriana? Where are you sitting? Where you placing your bet? Come on, it's gonna be a good one.
Could she roll to try and determine their capabilities?
Sure, roll insight.
I will do that. Where's the insight one? Beep it up. I'm assuming I don't have guidance here because no one around to do that. I want to throw a d6 on that.
26. It's hard to say.
That's exactly
Even
what
at
I
a
thought.
26, it's hard to say. The thing is, like, you haven't actually you've experienced, quote unquote, experienced Astrid fighting you for like all of 3 seconds, and you've only heard of how Tala fights. So you don't really know. It's like fucking comparing comic book superheroes, right?
Right.
Oh well,
Like it's Superman versus the Sentry. Like what the fuck?
Well, Batman has pink kryptonite, and fucking to return him and his son gay, and then he'll use that social manipulation to kick him out of the Earth or something. Yeah, all right. It's like there's no point in talking about this, all right? It's like One Punch Man, all right? Shit's dumb. You know, it's hard to determine based on story who's better.
It really depends on who goes first. I'm biased. I'll go Night Astrid.
Y'all think we should like move a bit further back?
No, I'm good.
You're all right.
Only those that are scared stay out of the blast range.
Fossil leans around the corner. Who the fuck just said that?
I think it's the cats.
Imperial
Cats?
points.
Zal backs up to the point where he's leaning on the wall, meaning you cannot hide behind him if anything happens.
That's smart.
I've actually done rolls to determine how it goes, as well as done some leaning.
Oh, nice.
Based on narrative. Each bout lasts only 2 rounds. So they go through 6 rounds, best of 3. Round 1, in a blaze of flurries, goes to Night Astrid.
Okay, that's 1 for Oriana.
Round 2, Tala adapts. She busts out different techniques which you have never seen before, and didn't know would work in such good conjunction with one another, despite being so different. Round 2 goes to Tala. Round 3, it's a lot more even. Tala is able to not only hold back a tide of flurries, but also begin gaining ground in this battle, in this bout. Up until Night Astrid changes her technique as well. She no longer does cloaks and dagger, just daggers and outright speed and skill. Tala is heavily armored. Astrid uses that to her benefit. Because even the best armors have a chink. Round 3 goes to Night Astrid. Although it was very close.
Yes.
Ah, god damn it, fuck up. If we get 5 gold to you and 5 gold to Fossil. That's good. The one time my legacy has actually gotten me anything in life. Nice.
To be fair,
That was
so
a
close.
fantastic battle, Miss Tala. And I have much to learn still. Don't we all? Don't worry, I do have centuries over on you, so it is a bit unfair. Since when does time matter in learning? Fair points. Fair points. Hold out a hand. Tala takes it. As soon as Talia gets back up, she barks an order at the student.
Stop being lazy.
Show is over. Back to it. I hope you learned something from that. Oriana gained an inspiration from watching that, actually.
Yeah!
All the Scholastic people also gain inspiration.
Oh, that's probably good.
Yeah.
Where's that character?
Yeah, so all your Scenario 3 people put inspiration on
Oh,
your sheet.
excellent. Okay.
Boop.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Oh, that's Brendan.
magnificent to behold. Even if it was a bit hard to keep up with at times. Again,
Yeah,
as we discussed
size.
prior, it stops being it's like Penn and Teller, it stops being a magic trick and more of a display of skill. You're less impressed by how crazy it seems, and you're more impressed by the fact that they can do it to look so crazy.
And still be competent.
Also, go watch Penn and Teller if you haven't ever seen them. Not in person, that costs money. But on the YouTube.
This show's great. Yeah.
Oh, have you gone to it?
Oh, dude, I watch Full Us all the time.
Oh, nice.
That's
I want to
good
go
show.
to their show in Vegas, but that requires going to Vegas, which is
Yeah.
A mistake.
a mistake to say the least.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So, while that's happening, what else y'all doing?
I imagine Anushka's probably gone up to see how Guy's doing, so she's not seen him in a while.
You saw him last night.
Well, yeah, but not since the last encounter, I guess.
Not since the last encounter, no.
And seeing as she's just noticed that Fang's in rough shape.
Yeah, Guy is... He seems overly Don't get me wrong, Guy is usually a very affectionate wolf. But tonight, overly affectionate. Like,
No.
Guy doesn't, like, leave people's sides. Like, they're always next to someone. And as you go to check in on Guy, Guy just gets up and not sprints, but like runs at you like an energetic dog, big dog would, and like pounces on you, and then just lands on you. You fall prone, and they start licking your face.
She feels a bit happy that he clearly likes her over the people that they were with.
Not again. It's all right, Leonard. It's just you can't compare. Like, they know the wolf like more than us. Like, why you gotta make a scene that the wolf doesn't like? Like, come on.
This is
Come
the
on.
guy that Silas interacted with, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, the
I
violin
love-
guy, right?
I love how he sounds even more sad than last time somehow. It's been less than a week and his life has gotten only worse.
I mean, utter annihilation has peaked its head at the tribe. I'd like
So,
to
yeah.
think he's earned it.
Yeah, Anushka's just gonna get